While I was working at the McKinsey New York office, I started to meet many different people associated with Ashoka in some way. People at McKinsey from Ashoka, people at Ashoka from McKinsey, McKinsey alumni who would hear what I was interested in and say, "You have to speak with someone from Ashoka." And one guy literally picked me up and put me sitting down beside someone at Ashoka at a meeting and said, "You talk to her." And I started learning about the model of Ashoka and realizing that it was time for me to transition out of my experience at McKinsey and find a place to put my business skills to serve my interest in social justice. And the Full Economic Citizenship Initiative was a perfect place to match those business skills with interest in social justice.
For many years I was convinced that fixing the business plans was going to do the trick, that you needed more information. Then the time came that I realized that we're individuals, human beings, groups working together are those that make the difference. That you can have the most beautiful business plan on earth, but if you didn't have a committed entrepreneur behind it and a group of entrepreneurs really making it happen, it was just one more document.
The folks at Ashoka are so incredibly ambitious and large scale in their thinking that I find myself excited every day in terms of the ideas and the plans and the system change initiatives that we're putting together, that I feel like I'm still intellectually challenged and physically challenged, working hard, and emotionally connected to the people at work. So it hasn't been too hard of a transition.
I was looking for a community of entrepreneurs that believe on both profit and impact and not being disassociated from one another. And in my conversations with Bill Drayton, it became evident that Ashoka was the place. And I have had the privilege of being part in the last 5 years of a group of pioneers that are stretching the boundaries on both.
One of the most exciting things I've found about applying business experience to the citizen sector is that you both get to operate on a very specific level and get hands-on implementation experience. And at Ashoka, because we talk about system change, you get to think about and work to create economic systems at a higher level than you would, say, as I was doing as a consultant. So for example, with Brazil, when we are launching a one-stop shop for low-income housing, I am helping the team figure out how to create a franchise model for the service center that we created. And I get to think about all the specifics about training and legal agreements and where to find partners and the sort of hands-on experience that I hadn't had previously. And at the same time, because we're talking about systems change, we are developing entirely new ways of thinking about how markets serve low-income people, and we're creating the infrastructure that will make these markets work. We're creating whole new kinds of financing that no one has heard about before, no one knows how to measure the risk, and there are no market intermediaries that currently exist. So we're creating that infrastructure, creating training programs, creating media awareness, creating the whole market system to start with, and that's a fantastic place to be in.